Dear student, welcome back to Dr. Srikanth Pharmacy channel. Myself Dr. Srikanth, VL College of Pharmacy, Raichur. Please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon for the latest pharmacy videos. So today we came with a topic, protein binding of drug. Protein binding of drug, that is called as a PBD. Protein plus drug will form a synonym of a PD complex, that is called as a protein drug complex. So before going off this exact topic, let me enlighten in the last video we are enlightened the volume of distribution, where the drug how it will be distributes. So in that we are learned in the apparent volume of distribution and the real volume of distribution. From the volume of apparent volume of distribution, we come to know the what are the concentration of drug present in particular tissues or the bodies. Okay, and with comparing with the real volume of distribution. So knowing that basic information in last video, so in this class we are enlightening more focusing on the protein binding drugs. For example, when a drug is entering into our body, the drug is interacting with several tissue compartments. Several tissue compartment. See the word, when the drug is inside the body, the drug will be interact with several tissue components. Majorly the two components are there. One we call as a blood, and the second one we call as an extravascular tissues. These are the two major the component which will be drug will be interact. Among that the blood is there na. In that plasma proteins and blood cells are the more important for the binding of the drug. And in extracellular, extravascular tissues, fats and bones. The majority of the drugs which are entering into our body, they are interacting with the blood and particularly the different plasma proteins and blood cells. When the drug is interacting with the molecules, when drug is interacting molecules are macromolecules or macromolecule, example are protein, DNA or adipose, though are macromolecules already, and upon the interacting with the drug the size will be increases, so thereby it will be hinders the crossing of the or distribution up to the different tissues. So the formation of complex with the protein, we will be saying that phenomena, that process is called as a protein binding of drugs. The formation of the complex with the protein, we are categorized, we are saying that protein binding drugs. There are two types of protein binding drugs are there. One we call as an intracellular, another one we call as an extracellular. In intracellular, when drug components such as a cell protein, when interact with the cell protein receptor, then what happen, the binding of the drug will be takes place. At that time, interesting is that the pharmacological actions will elicit, means as the normal pharmacological action will be there na, even binding also it will be shows. So those are called as a primary receptor. When the receptor which are present in cell protein interacting with the drug, so pharmacological action will not be changed, their pharmacological action shows. So such type of the binding of the protein binding drugs are called as an intracellular. And extracellular, okay, particularly the plasma protein and particularly albumin we are stressing. When the drug is interacting with the extracellular, when bound with the cellular like a plasma protein or albumin, so there is no pharmacological action, means the pharmacological action will not be elicited. So though automatically we can say that they are called as the secondary receptor. Drug is bind to the extracellular, particularly plasma protein, particularly albumin. What happens, it's the total pharmacological action, that is a pharmacokinetic process will be stopped. In other words, there is no question of metabolism, there is no question of distribution, there is no question of excretion. Simultaneously the pharmacological action also will be blocked, and also the half-life of the particular drug will be increases. So that is why the extracellular protein bindings are very dangerous. very dangerous, because it directly influences the pharmacokinetic profile and pharmacodynamic profile and half-life of the particular drug. Hence, when you are judging the any dosage regimen, it is very essential that which cellular will be acting for the bonding of the protein. So whether the intracellular protein or the extracellular, so that is also another important to be considered while you are judging the dosage of the particular drug. And this protein binding will have the different mechanism of binding. Some are the reversible binding will be there, and some are the irreversible binding are there. Reversible binding means certain period drug and protein will be bind, after some time again the drug and protein will be separate and elicit the next process. Whereas in case of irreversible binding is nothing but once the bond is formed, once the binding is formed, so that will become as an accumulated in a organ, and that will be leads to the toxicity. So specifically irreversible, usually the bond which crosses are the covalent bond, very strong bond. So take an example, when chloroform and paracetamol is administered, it is metabolized in the liver, and the metabolite leads to the hepatotoxicity, and simultaneously increases the toxicity and poisonous to our body, and this is the not wanted the type of the binding. So when the drug is comes under the irreversible, you must be precautious, very precautious while you are taking the particular drug. Whereas reversible binding is it's an acceptable. So in this reversible binding, the binding will be based on the hydrogen bond, hydrophobic bond, ionic bond or van der Waals bond. Means they are the weak bonds, and when the drug is bounded with this type of bonding, so after some time the bond will be broken and it will be separates drug and as a protein. So hence these are the most important for the mechanism behind the protein binding. So finally what I concluding is that whenever the protein and drug is highly bounded, the concentration of the drug will be increases, whereas the distribution of drug will be decreases. So once again I am repeating, when the drug is bounded with a highly protein bound, you be remember that the concentration of the blood will be increases, whereas the distribution in the different parts or organs will be lowers. When the drug is not bound to any of the component, are not bound to any interaction, then what happen, the blood concentration of the drug will be decreases and the distribution concentration will be increases. So take an example, chloroquine is an example. When the chloroquine administered, there is no question of bounding, hence the concentration of the drug which is present in the distribution is more. In other words, the tissues are more when compared to the blood. So when come across as an example, warfarin sodium, the concentration is more in the blood, whereas concentration of distribution part will be less, because the warfarin is binding with the blood components, thereby what happen, delays in the drug रिलीजेस और डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. सो आज की क्लास में हम लोगों को ये पता चला, बाइंडिंग बोले तो क्या, प्रोटीन बाइंडिंग बोले तो क्या, प्रोटीन प्लस ड्रग फॉर्मेशन जो होता है ना उसको बोलते हैं प्रोटीन ड्रग कॉम्प्लेक्स. जो भी ड्रग हमारा बॉडी में रहता, हमेशा ड्रग इज इंटरेक्टिंग विद द सेवरल ब्लड कंपोनेंट. से एग्जांपल ब्लड एंड एक्स्ट्रा वेस्कुलर टिश्यूज़. जैसे हम बॉडी में ड्रग रहता है ना, वो हमेशा इंटरेक्ट होता है ब्लड से और एक्स्ट्रा वेस्कुलर टिश्यूज से. जब भी ब्लड में होता है ना, प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन ब्लड सेल्स बहुत डेंजर रहता है कंपेयर टू द फैट्स एंड बोन्स. एनी बड़ा मॉलिक्यूल जैसे मैक्रो मॉलिक्यूल्स, ओके, दोज आर नॉट डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग ईजिली, ओके, इन द आवर बॉडी. से एग्जांपल प्रोटीन्स, डीएनए, एडिपोस, दीज आर द एग्जांपल. बड़े मैक्रो मॉलिक्यूल, बड़े मॉलिक्यूल बोलते हैं, वो क्या होता है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन तकलीफ होता, तो वैसे ड्रग डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लेस रहता है. एंड दिस फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स कैसा बनता बोले तो दो तरीका का रहता है, इंट्रासेलुलर और एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर. इंट्रासेलुलर में कॉम्प्लेक्स जो भी बनता है ना, वो कुछ भी असर नहीं होता, मतलब उसका जो फार्माकोलॉजिकल एक्शन रहता है ना वैसे ही रहता। एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर में क्या हो जाता है, बाइंडिंग होने के बाद उनका फार्माकोलॉजिकल एक्शन कम हो जाता। सो वो डिफरेंस रहता। वो रहने से क्या हो जाता है, जैसे प्रोटीन, प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन्स अल्बुमिन रहता है ना, उसका काइनेटिक दैट इज फार्माकोकाइनेटिक एडीएमई डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मेटाबॉलिज्म एक्सक्रीशन जो प्रोसेस रहता है ना वो कम हो जाता है और उसका फार्माकोलॉजिकल एक्शन भी कम हो जाता है, उसका हाफ लाइफ बढ़ जाता है। सो इसलिए एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर जो भी बाइंड होता है ना वो बहुत ही डेंजर रहता है। ओके और ज़्यादातर जो बाइंडिंग होता है बोल रहे हैं ना, किस तरह से बॉन्ड होता है, ज़्यादातर दो तरीका रहता है, रिवर्सिबल और इरिवर्सिबल। रिवर्सिबल कॉमनली कौन सा बॉन्ड रहता है बोले तो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग रहता है, हाइड्रोफोबिक बॉन्डिंग रहता है, आयनिक बॉन्ड रहता है, वैन डर वाल्स बॉन्ड। जो भी ये रहता है ना रिवर्सिबल, ये थोड़ी देर के लिए बाइंड होता है, वो उसके बाद छोड़ देता है, तो ड्रग अवेलेबल इजीली फॉर एग्जाम्पल और डाइजिपाम, वारफरिन और डिजिटॉक्सिन। एंड इरिवर्सिबल में क्या हो जाता है, एक बार ड्रग बाउंड होने के बाद वो एकदम घट पकड़ के वो जमा हो जाता है, बॉन्ड ब्रेक नहीं होता। सो उससे क्या हो जाता है, ड्रग पॉइजनिंग होता है, टॉक्सिक इफेक्ट होता है। एग्जाम्पल ले लीजिए, अगर क्लोरोफॉर्म पैरासीटामोल एक साथ लिए तो लीवर में मेटाबॉलिज्म हो जाता है, मेटाबॉलिट जो रहता है ना वो लीवर हेपाटॉक्सिसिटी बन जाता है। इसलिए ऐसा ड्रग को हम लोग सोच समझ को देना। फाइनली कंक्लूजन क्या कर सकते हैं, मतलब जैसे ही प्रोटीन और ड्रग जितना ज़्यादा स्ट्रांग बाइंड हो जाता है उतना ड्रग कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ब्लड में ज़्यादा रहता है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कम हो जाता है। अगर ड्रग बाउंड ही नहीं हुआ बोले तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज़्यादा रहता है, ब्लड में कम रहता है। समझता हूँ ये क्लास से आपको बहुत सरल से आपको समझ में आया। प्रोटीन बाइंडिंग ऑफ ड्रग्स बोले तो क्या कैसा होता है, किस तरह से रहता है, उससे क्या होता है, रिजल्ट हमको पता चला। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो।